Hi, this is Vi from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to show you a new product that I got. These are the aqua plates. They're for the Sidekick, and these are designed to cut your thinlets, your framelets, and your triplets. I don't know what a triplets die. I haven't seen those, but I know the thinlets and the framelets, it will cut these. And the idea came because Tim Holt has a Sidekick of his own, and it embosses and it cuts. And so I kind of was interested that maybe the plates that he uses or something similar might be out there for cutting my thin dies, because this is the sandwich that I make. I either use credit cards or I use this cutting mat that you use it in the kitchen. So when it gets real bad, you know, I cut it up and then I use it for my sandwich. And it works pretty well. It just, every once in a while, it's hard to feed it in the machine. So let me show you, give you an example. I'm going to use this die, and this die is from Sizzix as well. It's one of those frame dies. So I'm going to use this die, and then what I do is I put a sandwich, like you see here, and I run it through the Sidekick. And sometimes it's hard to run it through the Sidekick because it doesn't catch on. And it went well. It does do the trick. As you can see, it does cut it all the way through. And you see, it does cut it out. As you can see there. But, so when I saw that Tim Holt had his machine to cut thinlets, I decided to look for the plates. He doesn't have his plates available, but I came upon these Sidekick plate. They're called the aqua plate. And I have an item number in case you are looking for them. I found them on Amazon, and I'll put the link for the Amazon in case you want to get these. But it's 661769. That number again is 661769. And these are cutting plates, the aqua plates. And what you have to read in the description of the product is to use with framelets, thinlets, and triplets. So if that's on the description, wherever product you buy, it will work. And let me show you how well this works. So I'm going to use this Sizzix die again. And I tested against some other dies, and I imagine it's going to work fine. I don't think you're going to have any issue with any of your thin dies. You can use Altenew thin dies. I do have those, but I decided not to just pull all the dies that I have. I just tested with an Anna Griffin die, with this Sizzix die. And one recommendation I would give you is you always have a die that you use for cutting all the time, to put the cut surface down. And then you have a plate that you keep nice and straight, because that will help with your cuts later on. As this one gets warped, as your cutting one gets warped, the straight one will allow you to get a better, more even cut. So I don't really have to put any pressure. It really just runs through pretty nicely. And it cuts it out. Perfect. See how it cuts it out? Really good. The other thing, I went ahead and want to try it out with the Spellbinder. So that's with Sizzix. Let's grab the Spellbinder one. And I'm going to put that in on my plate and just run it through. And it cuts it out pretty nice as well. See, it cuts it out. No issue with that. And then for those who have the Anna Griffin die, I went ahead and wanted to test it off my Anna Griffin die, because I do have a lot of her dies, and I want to make sure that it will work. So again, I'm going to put my paper. So Anna Griffin is selling something similar. It's a similar machine. I think it's also by Sizzix, or maybe Cuttlebug. I'm not sure which company it is, but it's a small version like this that she sells. But if you have the Sidekick, it will do the same thing. cuts it just fine, as you can see here. No issue whatsoever. Okay, and now let's try to emboss this. So now we're going to go ahead and emboss. So I went ahead and cut down one of Anna Griffin's embossing pads that comes with her dies. You're going to use the thinner plates. You're not going to use the aqua plate. Go ahead and use the regular Sizzix plates. And then run it through the machine. And let's see how well it emboss. Because Anna Griffin and also Tim Holtz sells an embossing pad, and I want to see if I can do the same thing. And let's see if it worked. It did emboss a little bit. It did work. But we really need to get a better die. Let's see if I can find a die that we can really see the embossing on it. So I will be back. So I went ahead and found a Spellbinder crown, and this one you really could see if it embossed or not. So I'm going to get some more paper. Let me go ahead and cut some white paper, because we're definitely going to be able to see it better on here. Just going to cut it out a piece. Okay, and we're going to die cut it first. So here's my crown. Let's run it through the Sidekick. Okay, it cut it pretty nicely. Let's go ahead and use the aqua and one of the regular plates. I put the die facing up so that way the cutting surface is on the embossing mat. Then I'm going to use one aqua plate, and let's try out with one regular plate, and it didn't even feed through, so you won't be able to use that sandwich. So get one of your regular Sizzix plate, which is regular for regular die cutting with your Sidekick. It's the one that comes with the machine. Then your embossing pad. Then you put the other plate on top, and let's run it through. And you may need to do a shim. Let's see if we need to do a shim. No, actually you don't. It did emboss. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of color on top so you can see it. Not much of a color, but I think you can see a little bit on there. And now let's pop it out. Yeah, it did emboss it. So as you can see, it did emboss my little piece. So the formula for embossing is you're going to use an embossing pad, like Anna Griffin embossing pad, and you're going to use your regular plates. The formula to cut out the die, you're going to use the aqua plates. So I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.